Hey, you know what I think is one of the greatest things about being a singer is that introverts get to be loud. I'm an introvert. I'm a card-carrying introvert. Yet, I don't play one on TV. And so, music provides me with a script. It tells me when to be loud, what pitch to say, to sing, what to do, basically, with my body and with my voice for the duration of a song. And you string a bunch of songs together, and I've got a well-scripted alter ego that I'm weaving on stage that's really being sort of dictated by the songs that I'm choosing. But the songs themselves require that I come out of my shell. And I don't know about you, but that's one of the things that I really enjoy the most about singing on stage is that I prefer the person I am on stage more than I prefer the person I am off stage. I wish I could be that guy that I am on stage when I'm off stage. And I've just been on stage long enough times where in certain situations, I can create that guy when I need him, if I'm at a party or at a certain setting. But that's after years and years and years. I've done over 3,000 performances. So that adds up. In the early days, when I was just new at performing, the most awkward thing for me was that silence in between songs. I am an introvert. I don't know what to say. Anything I come up with is going to be goofy. So I feel the lump in my throat. I literally feel my arms get heavy, my chest gets heavy, and that's exactly what an introvert will experience. You know why? Because we have a heightened self-worth. We think we matter more to people than is the truth, than is the reality. And that's a funny way to think of somebody who's shy, that they have a heightened sense of themselves. So I'm looking at this situation where I'm in between songs. I just got done, let's say, belting this big high note, and now the band comes to a close and I have nothing to say. So what I've learned is that the in-between song pattern needs to be scripted as much as the song itself is scripted. And I need to think of that pattern as being musical, because that's what always gave me permission to use my voice in a certain way, is that I would think of it as musical. Now, I don't, I'm not recommending that you thank you very much, everybody, and turn your life into a musical, but I am recommending that you put melody, you think about melody when you speak. There is a loop that goes on inside us. We are constantly assessing ourselves and how we move about the world. And we're judging that as a formula, and we're basing our assessment on what we think others are assessing us. We're dead wrong, by the way. We don't know what others are thinking of us, but we're assuming they're thinking we're awkward or not funny or in the way or invisible, because that's how we feel. And so again, that's where that heightened sense of self comes in as a detriment. And so if I have let's say I'm doing a performance and there's 15 songs, what I like to do is break this up into 3 song sections. So I tell the band I'm going to go 3 songs without a break. And then we're going to take a little break, I'll say something, and we're going to go another 3 songs, and then I'll say something. So now at least I know what's expected of me. I'm not walking into the performance or to the venue thinking like, oh my God, I hate this part, I hate this part. I know I have, let's say, 5 or 4 different sections where I have to come up with something. I can write down a sentence or 2 and tape that on the stage, so at least I have something to initiate me with. It's literally like an opening line or an icebreaker when you're in a social situation. And so if I think of that as having melody, if I think of that as me being in character, if I think of that as just literally an announcement, the Ford Fairlane has left its lights on, license plate number EX75, that I'm sure you could do at any time because there's a mission associated with it. And that's exactly what we want to think about, us introverts. We want to think about this by what would matter to you. To me, nothing blows our cover more than insignificant patter. We're not good at that. So it has to be something that matters. So what I do is I look at the next song that I'm about to sing, and I think about what that song means to me, where I was in my life during it, and just a little tidbit of personal information is far better in between song patter than how's everybody doing tonight? So looks like the Cowboys won the football game. Like nothing says you're awkward at banter than having that kind of banal, just like word salad stuff come out of you. So as you're looking at this upcoming performance, you'll know how many songs you'll sing, therefore you'll know how many breaks there will be, and that's literally a part of the performance, just as valid as every song that you're going to learn the lyrics to. So you're going to learn the lyrics to your between the song banter. All I'm saying that will do is give you just a little momentum into speaking that. And if you add a little melody to it, if you project your voice just like you're singing, that's where the character will take over. As you get doing this, and this is what happened to me, you start to grow into those shoes. You start to become the person you wish you were. As a little homework for you, this is going to be simple. Walk into a supermarket, buy some items, but engage the clerk. Engage the checkout clerk. There's nothing to lose here. She or he won't know that you're doing this as homework. Don't tell them. But the point is, tell somebody a little bit about your day. Typically, these people are in robot mode, right? They're just scanning items over the code thing. And so if you just go, yeah, so I just, whatever, fill in the blank, I just what, right? I think you will get a very human response back, and you will feel lifted by this interaction that you think is unavailable to you. Try it first in a very safe environment like a supermarket or a drugstore and take that to the stage. And so the next thing that we all have to deal with is what happens after a performance or perhaps during the break in between performances. And that is, to me, like you're inviting people over to your home. Everybody loves to come up to a performer afterwards and say how much they enjoyed it. Nobody ever comes up and says how much they didn't enjoy it. So you don't have to worry about that. Those people just leave and they don't say a thing. And if they do, they don't deserve your time anyway. So my point to you is you will get a few people that kind of inch up to you, and you can feel them coming up to you. Let them have the first say. Let them come up to you, tell you how well you sang, how much they were moved by your little banter. And the one thing I want to remind you is that your first inclination will be to apologize. In some way, shape, or form, you'll work an apology into their compliment, and they will walk away confused because they thought you were top of the hill. They thought you were this big, together person that's so comfortable in your own skin. That's why you're up on stage. And they will have a very strange perception about your interaction just then. So therefore, I want you to practice saying this. These are probably the most important 2 words a singer will ever learn. Thank you. I want you to get really good at saying thank you, because all the after your performance banter, that's all you really have to say, and then reply to a question. As if somebody says you did very well, you say thank you. And then they'll say, so how long have you been singing? Or where will you be singing next? These are very simple answers. And it would just be very good social behavior for you to answer them. You don't have to be clever. You don't have to be charismatic. They already like you. And so it's just a matter of endearing them with a little extra special fairy dust. They enjoyed your singing. Now they want to thank you for it. You will thank them back for the compliment. It's a very simple social exchange. I highly recommend you do this because I know how it helped me navigate through my life. When I was younger, I was painfully shy, and the stage was the only place I felt safe for opening up. And so I deeply understand this dichotomy between it's like a moth to flame, being attracted to the stage, yet being repelled by the duties that come with that. There are absolute egotists that are attracted to the stage. These are the big 1,000-watt light, egotists that are most noted for being rock stars or Broadway stars or big divas, let's say. But the rest of us are out there as well, and we represent well. To me, the introvert is the most creative person, the most introspective person, the best listener, and therefore the best singer. Don't you see?